I'm going to show you how to make a virtually free mount for your Garmin, Wahoo or bike light. Earlier in the year I wanted to buy a mount for my Aero bars that could take my Garmin and my Exposure 6-pack light. Unfortunately, none of the ready-made options could handle the weight of the 6-pack, so I had to find a solution and make my own. Despite this being a bit of a bodge, it's lasted me over 2,000 miles of racing, both on and off-road, and many more miles of training. So let's check out this virtually free mounting system and I'll show you how to make one. So this is my 20p or virtually free Garmin or Wahoo mounting system on my Aero bars, which also has the Exposure 6-pack mounted below. And as I say, this has served me for over 2,000 miles of racing on and off-road. Here's the extensive list of equipment you'll need to make your mount. A saw, insulating tape, a tape measure, effervescent or hydration tab bottle. First of all, you're going to measure the gap between the Aero bars with a tape measure, in this case about 7.5 centimetres. Next up, you're going to measure and mark the hydration tube so it's about the same size or just slightly smaller than the gap you measured between the Aero bars. You're going to take the saw and cut the tube where we measured. Check that it fits between the bars. We're going to run a load of tape around the bit of tube. Now what you're going to need to do is tape your mount to the Aero bars. You're basically going to run some tape around the mount, around the back of the Aero bar, around the mount, around the back of the Aero bar, and that's done on both sides to hold it firmly in place. As you can see, this one here, that ain't budging. I'll show you how it's done. So you go around the Aero bars, around the mount, around the Aero bars, around the mount, and you just keep going until it is solid. So just to recap, you run the tape around the tube, around the Aero bar, around the tube, around the Aero bar, around the tube, around the Aero bar, and you keep going, and eventually you get something that looks like that. You can probably make it look even better and less of a bodge, but I'm happy with that. And as I say, it's lasted me a few thousand miles, a couple of thousand miles of actual racing and probably another couple of thousand miles of training. And as you can see, I've put the Garmin mount on there, and the Garmin mounts like that. And just to show you how strong it is, that 6-pack weighs about 400 grams and it's been on there, hasn't budged, and I haven't had any problems with it falling off or changing position on the mount. So there you have it, a Garmin mount for what I estimate is about 20p. Bodge or hack, I'll leave it for you to decide.